Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we're going to be having a look at Frog's Tesla Cybertruck. Now, this was actually built completely from the ground up by Frog, and it's also a publicly available mod, so I'm going to link it in the description box down below. Now, without any further ado, though, let's go ahead and get into the driving experience and also customize it and see what we could do to it. And also, if you notice, it has some really cool-looking mud tires that I haven't really seen before on I don't think many other trucks at all. So let's go ahead and drive this thing, and actually, ooh, you can see it's got modeled suspension and steering underneath there as well. That's really, really interesting. So now let's go ahead and get it into the garage and see what you could do to it in terms of customization. Now you'll notice it has a trailer hitch, but it's also quite silent, presumably because it's electric. So let's go ahead and, oh, that's a weird camera angle. Now let's see, stock, upgraded, or performance. I'm surprised that he didn't call this the performance engine ludicrous mode because of the ludicrous mode in the Teslas, but I find it interesting that he didn't call it that. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that could be a cool improvement later down the road. Let's go with the highway transmission because I just want to see how high it is. So how fast it is. So let's see, lifted off-road suspension or lifted hauler suspension, so presumably you could tow trailers with this if you legitimately wanted to. Let's do the lifted off-road, and we've got 35-inch generic off-road tires or 35-inch generic studded off-road tires, basically for ice and snow maps. So, and we've got stock winch on it right now, rim of sorts, and the color, okay, so the color palette does work. You can do basically whatever color combo you want, and I kind of want to stick with I know it's really generic, but I feel like the silver works for the Cybertruck. I mean, I feel like it's supposed to be silver. Now, obviously, you don't really get much in terms of interior customization because it's not really there, but let's go ahead and see how it does with the highway gearbox and the ludicrous engine, and also, I do want to see what kind of trailers it can pull. So it's basically got your full assortment of scout trailers, and that's gonna be about it. So if you want to pull with this thing, it's gonna be scouts, and that's really it. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of what you're gonna deal with. Although, I actually expected it to be a little bit more ludicrous than this. I'm not gonna lie. I expected it to just take off with mountains and gobs of torque. But, oh, the brake light is cool though. I dig the brake light. The brake light's really cool. Let's throw it in high and see how it does through here in high. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, it's okay. I'll give it that. It's not bad through, moderate mud in high. Let's see how decent of a hill climber it is. Well, dang, not bad at all. I mean, it silently but surely went right up the edge of that hill. Now, granted, ooh, let's see if okay, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick, I've got to admit. The freaking lights, I love that. I absolutely love that. That looks great. Now, I'm not sure if the suspension is going to be high enough to actually go through a rock crawling test, but we're going to attempt it because, yes, because I like to attempt stupid things from time to time. And let's throw it in low plus and hop right up onto the rocks and immediately high center ourselves, because that's what we do. Well, okay. We made it further than I thought we would make it already. I didn't think we were going to make it past that first little lip. Oh, God. I think we may have put ourselves into a bit of a sketcherino situation. Oh, God. I don't know what we attached our winch to, either. Attached it to something. If you would pull, that'd be nice. Yeah, no, I think we're very much stuck. Yeah, I don't think rock crawling is going to be in the future for this Cybertruck at all. Now, there was another Cybertruck that was built sort of way back towards the beginning of the game. It was released as one of the very first early on mods, but it was camo colored and it had a whole bunch of add-ons, and if you were looking for sort of a pure, almost stock-ish Cybertruck experience, you weren't going to get it from that one. But if you want a Cybertruck experience, that's fairly close to, what a stock one would be, you'd probably get it from this one. Let's see how she does in the mud, in the proper mud. Now, this is shallow mud, so it shouldn't be too bad. Not gonna lie, though, it is so weird driving along with no engine noise. And I know that there's gonna be people in the comments that are gonna be like, I hate this thing because I hate all electric cars. And, like, I get it. It's fine to have that opinion, you know? But at the same time, like, it would be cool if there was some sort of, like, almost... Even if he overlaid, like, a Jetsons car sound over this thing, like, it'd be funny and it'd be silly, but, like, I feel like it would make... I don't know, it would make it a little bit more entertaining than just having no sound at all. Or maybe even just, like, the whirring of, like, a small electric motor. It's not terrible in the mud. Like, in low plus, I mean, it gets moving. Obviously, if you put it in high, it will spin and sink, but it's not an awful thing. Uh-oh. Oh, God. It's starting to get a little bit sinky now. It's starting to get real sinky now, actually. It's like all you hear is the occasional clunking of the suspension combined with like the mud, but you hear that very occasionally, and so I feel like, oh, you hear the water though. Come on. Oh God, that interior. I mean, to be fair, this truck wasn't really meant to be used in interior view very much, but I gotta say though, that would be quite the interesting windshield to look out of, because, like, you have full vision straight ahead, but you also have full vision upwards, and so it's like, I guess it's like if you're being attacked by a swarm of angry helicopters, then you could look up and see where they were, so I guess that's a useful feature if you're a comic book villain. Let's see if we can get this thing out of the mud enough to, like, get some real traction to carry on and move on out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, there you go. Alright, there we go. Now we can put it in automatic mode, put it in high, and take off. Automatic mode isn't bad. I actually do like the gear ratios in automatic mode. Let's see how it does through the dips obstacle, because I feel like the dips obstacle is going to be weird with this thing. We'll try it in low plus. It's going to bury that front end, I'm sure. I'm going to have to go at it, like, diagonally. Diagonally. Because if I don't go at it diagonally, we're going to wind up in deep trouble real quick. Deep troublino. There you go. That's not bad, actually, though. Like, if you do it diagonally, you're okay. Like, on the second you get back on there, you kind of, you know, angle it back the other way. That was pretty much head on, but, you know, don't worry about it. Easy. And slink it back the other way. Not awful, honestly. Like, not terrible. I really am kind of impressed with that. I thought it would do a lot worse in there than it actually did. I'm impressed. Now, let's see how it does off of the bridge jump. But before we get to the bridge jump, we've got to make sure that we've got the fastest engine and transmission in it. I'm 99.9% sure that we do, but let's go ahead and actually check and make sure once we get close. Easy. Oh, it actually, like, it wants to drift. That's hilarious. Like, it wants to drift, but it doesn't seem like it wants to continue it. It wants to initiate a drift, but it doesn't want to continue the drift. So let's see. We've got suspension high, which is right there. That's fine. We've got engine O2 and highway gearbox. We're pretty much, I mean, we're as good to go as we're going to get for the bridge jump. Let me go ahead and get rid of the tools menu, and let's go. We'll start right here to get a really good run up, so by the time we get to the bridge, we'll be in 6th gear. Come on, Cybertruck. Oh, there's a little bit of, like, a sound when you go inside of it. Electric power! Come on! Well, or whatever there is of it. Oh, we're not even gonna make it. Oh, nosed in. Completely and utterly nosed in to the mud. Yeah, that's great. I was hoping it would have, at the very least, cleared the barrels, but, I mean, to be fair, though, it is electric, so it's all torque and no top end, which is not surprising, but, like, it is interesting to me, though, that Frog went far enough as to simulate, like, the fact that, you know, an electric truck would be all torque and no top end. But if y'all enjoyed this look at Frog's Tesla Cybertruck, make sure you let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so there should be some mud to our right. Let's see if we can... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. There's mud out there, all right. Can't stay in high out there for long, but you put it in low and lock the diff, and you can absolutely dive head-on into this mud bog.